Good morning, my dear viewers. Another Saturday morning on TV3, another dose of inspiration brought to you by courtesy of Our Lovely Baby Diapers. Today I have in the hot seat the lady behind MGL Naturals. And then, of course, we have some news on Cynthia Nafu. I'm sure you remember her. But before we tuck into today's goodies, my quote is from Anais Nim, and it reads, "Throw your dreams into space like a kite, and you do not know what it will bring back. A new life, a new friend, a new love, a new country." Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Today's Woman Show. I'd like to acknowledge our sponsors once more, and they are Our Lovely Baby Diapers. By all means, you can join in this conversation by going onto our Facebook and Twitter pages. Now, the moment you've all been waiting for, a short film on the life and times of Isrealla Kafui Mansu.
When she graduated from the University of Ghana with a combined degree in psychology and consumer science, Isrealla Kafui Mansu expected that her qualifications will earn her a position with any of the numerous food processing companies that abound in Accra. However, after a fruitless search for employment, she took matters into her own hands. It was discouraging when she wasn't employed with her target companies, but she straightened her shoulders and refused to join the hordes of unemployed youth in her nation. No, Isrealla assessed her strengths. She had her combined bachelor's degree and her passion for natural beauty products, and decided to use them to make a better life for herself and for her community. With this in mind, she invested 300 cedis into buying raw cocoa, shea butter, and coconut in order to embark on her new business venture. At that time, she lived in a one-bedroom apartment, and her kitchen was her laboratory. She couldn't risk harming anyone, so she used her skin to test out her products. In September 2010, her small company was legally registered, and Mansuki Ghana Limited was officially recognized and ready to market. Isrealla and 4 casual employees began advanced production of its first product, called natural cocoa butter for cosmetic use. It was marketed and sold in both the Ghanaian and North American markets under the customer's own brand names of Nuna, Ninena, and Coastal Scents. And the rest, as they say, is history. Now her baby has outgrown her one-bedroom apartment. In January 2011, Mansuki Ghana Limited Company realized the need for growth with a larger working space, and therefore bought 4 commercial plots located near Afenia in the Greater Accra region. Later that year, MGL bought a residential plot at Community 25, Tema, and commenced the building of a factory to serve the company's expansion needs. Has earned several local and international awards, not only for her contribution to Ghana's skincare and beauty industry, but also for her passion for creating employment and sustainable on-the-job vocational skills training for the less privileged rural women and unskilled youth in her community. Although she has been a mother to one of Ghana's foremost beauty product lines, Isrealla was very recently married. After 4 exciting and challenging years, MGL has succeeded in providing high-quality natural cosmetics. Currently, Isrealla has established 13 different finished products, and her products are sold as far away as Japan. For some, the sky is the limit, but for Isrealla, the sky is only her stepping stone.
Come to the show, Isrealla.
Thank you.
Now, somebody would have said, would have continued to search for a job when, you know, they knocked on so many doors and were told no. What made you want to start your own business?
Well, the desire for starting my own business has been part of me right from childhood. Yes, I've always had this determination and dream in mind that I was going to own manufacturing companies, not even a company, but then companies, yes. And so I knew that was going to be after my university. So even though throughout my lifetime I've been trading in one thing or the other, from childhood selling bread, water, and up to the university selling clothing and ladies' bag and stuff like that, I thought, okay, after national service I was going to find a job and save some money to start my business. Little did I know that I wasn't going to get a job, and I was going to start with 300 Ghana cedi, which was the money left from some of my stuff that I've sold, the clothing trading that I was into. Yes, so I decided to start from there.
Now, where did you get the entrepreneurial spirit from? Are your parents entrepreneurs or what?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
Yes, they are.
So you saw that growing up?
Yes, I adopted it right from childhood, and then I built upon it.
Now, you were selling clothing. You're obviously making a bit of money from that. Why didn't you just decide to go into the clothing industry? Why did you then branch into skincare?
Okay, I've always been interested in manufacturing something with my own hands and packaging them nicely, putting it to the markets. But then since I couldn't study earlier on, I had to trade into other people's stuff. Yes, so it was just time to start my own thing, do something with my own hands. So I researched into it, and then I started it.
And skincare was the obvious thing for you?
Yes, I've always loved natural products. You know, I had problem with body care products, especially those that lighten up the skin, whilst it's not actually one's wish to get to use such products, but then due to lack of safe products on the market, people fall victim to such products. So I developed so much love for shea butter initially, and then I researched into it, and natural cocoa butter as well, and other rich natural cosmetic ingredients. Yes, and then I started from there.
How easy was it? I mean, yes, you said you started with 300 Ghana cedis from your kitchen. How easy was it to start up?
You know, it wasn't easy at all. You know, especially space was my problem. Working space, starting very little from a one-room apartment. You know, it wasn't something interesting or encouraging, but I had to endure it because I had nowhere else to go, leave, or to start it. So I started from there, and from there I leased a very little space in someone's house where I made a shed, and I kept working and making some profits. So I decided to rent a shop. So I would say, as at the time I registered the business, that was when I registered the shop. So I felt like,
so how did you source your started. I mean, it's somebody sitting there and they're listening to you. There's so many elements that go into making the business.
Yes.
You know, you have to have your tools for making the creams. You've got to buy the containers and everything. How easy was it to go through all the phases to source everything that you needed to actually get you going?
It's very, very important for any entrepreneur to have some idea about every component, about what the person wants to do, reading about it and getting onto the field to know about it. So that was what I did from the very beginning of my production to the finished end product. You won't believe it. It's solely my idea, from the formulation of each product to the final packaging, the label, positioning of each text or picture has been my idea. I sketch it and direct the professional to put it into
and then also obviously design. Getting standards board to approve.
I followed up on everything. I didn't send anyone, so I didn't have any stories. I went there to do my analysis and then followed up to Food Standard Authority to have some of them registered.
Okay. Now we see MGL Naturals, and you know, I'm a little confused here because your company is called Mansu Ghana Limited, and MGL Products means most gorgeous look naturals.
Okay, actually the company name is Mansu Ghana Limited, and the brand name is MGL Naturals. Where MGL in the brand name means most gorgeous look, but not the company name. Yes.
So were you only targeting women when you talk about gorgeous? You know, gorgeous is a word that is used to describe typically a woman. So were your products geared towards
that is true, but then I had everyone in mind, people from all age groups, from newborns to old age. So I thought that using the word gorgeous would cut across. And I think it's selling.
It's doing well.
Yes.
Now, how easy has it, or how, should I say easy or difficult, has it been for you to actually get your product known on the local market? Because sometimes you find that sending it abroad is even easier than actually getting your own people to get used to it.
Very true. This is how I started. Right from the go, I introduced the product to individuals, friends and families, shop to shop or door to door. I remember after national service where I had to carry a carton of hair pomade on my head in Makula Market. Yes.
Selling.
Moving from one shop to the other, introducing it to the women in the market, and having a lot of people turning me down and few people accepting it. So it all started from there. And even though at the start, out of about 15 shops that I spoke to, maybe 2 or 3 will accept it. Today, I can say that almost all the cosmetic shop in Makola retail or wholesale our products, and then ShopRite has our products as well.
You said that. Congratulations. I mean, to actually have your product on the shelves of ShopRite is not a mean feat at all. You know what I mean? So, well done. How large is your workforce?
We are 8 permanent workers now in Accra, and we have about 30 contract employees in the northern regions where we source our major raw material, which is shea butter from.
Okay.
Yes.
So currently you're using 3 natural products, which are the shea butter, or more than 3?
Yeah, more than 3.
Tell me about them.
We source about 90% of our raw materials right here in Ghana.
Okay.
And these are shea butter, natural cocoa butter, virgin coconut oil, palm kernel oil, moringa extracts, honey, and a few others. Those are the major ingredients, and we get them all from Ghana.
You get them all from Ghana, which is good, because at this moment, you know, we're campaigning for made in Ghana products. So you're doing very well for us here in Ghana.
Thank you.
But let's talk about your business that's gone beyond the shores of Ghana. You're exporting to how many countries?
At least about 10 to 15.
10 to 15 countries.
Yes.
And your biggest market is which?
My biggest market is Japan, where our natural black soap, that is cocoa butter black soap, goes to Japan.
So it's not the alatasamna that we know it to be.
It is an enriched form of alatasamina. Yes, it is alatasamina, but then very moisturizing and more enriched. Yes, to the Japanese market. The customer actually had samples tested, and the products passed the laboratory testing before.
Before they started to.
Yes, and he told me that my black soap is the first black soap he has sourced from Africa that has passed the laboratory testing
in Japan. But how did you get this market?
Well, I do a lot of online marketing. That's what has helped me till date. Yes.
Do you do it yourself?
Myself. If you Google MGL Naturals, you'll find us at almost all social network and trade sites. Yes. So I remember I advertised MGL Naturals on one of the trade sites, and that was where he got me from. He emailed me, and then we started it all from there. We've not met in person. We've just
haven't been to Japan?
No.
Aren't you looking forward to going to Japan?
Yes, they should be inviting me soon.
Your biggest customers.
Yeah.
But you're also obviously trading across the rest of West Africa, are you?
Yes, Nigeria, Benin, Cote d'Ivoire. Yes, and other African countries. Yes.
What have been your challenges so far?
Basically 2 things: working space and employee management. Yes, I say working space because we've always been working from very little space. For instance, I remember when we're still operating from a one shop, we did production there, packaging and sales there. So whenever we have someone coming up to buy something, we have to stop any other thing, tidy up the place, and then host the person. And employee management, I've noticed that employees here are selling, they see money coming in, but then they do not know how much is going out there. So I guess some of them think the manager is sitting down and they want to be paid more than
but that's not, you're not the only one in that. I can tell you that that's a cry for every single entrepreneur in Ghana now. You know what I mean? So now what are you producing? You're doing creams?
Yes, the leading product on the market right now is MGL Naturals coconut oil and shea butter hair pomade on almost all shelves right now at leading cosmetic shops and so on. And then followed by body butters, we have cocoa butter, shea butter, and organic baby care for newborns and young children. And we also have natural bath soaps made of shea butter and cocoa butter.
That's fantastic. But you're going to show us samples of this when we come back. We have to go for a short commercial break. Viewers, please stay with us. Welcome back to Today's Women's Show. I'd like to acknowledge our sponsors once more, and they are Noah Lovely Baby Diapers. Before we went on the commercial break, I was talking to Isrealla about her products, and so we have an array of them here on the table. There are quite a few things that you do, actually. Yeah. Is this just a sample? There are many more.
These are the ones ready.
These are the ones that are ready and they're available. The market, and are they all available in the market?
Yes, but then the leading one, as I mentioned, this very one.
Okay.
Yes, this
which is the coconut oil and shea butter
hair pomade.
It's a hair pomade.
Yes.
Okay, that's very good.
It's a hair food, very nourishing to the hair.
And it says it's best kept secret for growing hair longer and lustrous. Ladies, you have to start using this and stop, wearing weave-ons. But that's a good one. And then you have the black soap.
Yes.
Okay, so this
black
is
soap, locally called alatasamina.
But what's the difference between that and these ones, these cakes?
Okay, these are just different forms of packaging. The cocoa butter black soap here, same here. Okay. And shea butter black soap here.
So the one is softer.
Both of them have the same consistency. Yes. It's just that some people prefer it in a jar, and then others want it in.
But I like this. I mean, I'm very Afrocentric sometimes, and especially when you're doing things like that. What's in here?
Well, we have coconut oil and cocoa butter black soap in there. Okay. Yes, when you open the coconut shell, you can just bring out the soap out of it, use the soap and keep the coconut shell for keeping jewelry and other minor stuff.
Okay, so it's actually individually wrapped.
Yes.
That's a very cool idea. And that's another one as well.
Yes, coconut soap dish.
So you get people to do, artisans to do all of this?
Yes. There are artisans in Ghana that are doing wonderful stuff and need people like us to work with them to bring out their products.
But what you need to do, I mean, don't you even sell the shell just as in the soap dish just as it is? I mean, it's not a bad idea. It's a good gift idea as well.
Yes.
You know what I mean? In part of doing your stuff. But it's a very beautiful thing. But you've gained recognition all over the world. How does that make you feel?
Well, I'm very happy about that. I have awards from business competitions that I've taken part in Ghana. One is Enables Ghana, where we were taught so much on entrepreneurship, and that has helped me so much
in your business,
in my business. And we get all this for free. And other awards have been honorary awards. One is from Global Women Inventors and Innovators Network, which have been made a Ghanaian ambassador now. It's a group of innovative women, doing things across the globe.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you sometimes pinch yourself and think, oh, Ebenezer, how far God has brought me? Did you imagine? I mean, you said you always wanted to go into manufacturing, but did you believe that it would come to pass so quickly? Because you're under 30.
Yeah, I'm turning 29.
You're not even 29 yet. Oh my God! And you've achieved so much in this short while.
Yes. Whenever I'm getting closer to a more successful story, then I get kind of nervous, but then when I achieve it, then I find it's like, oh, it's normal. But recently, I went down my knees in my bedroom to thank God for something. That was how far He brought me into a good business deal, and it's wonderful.
Where do you draw your strength from, your inspiration? Where do you draw it from?
My number one source is God Almighty. I know how far God has brought me, where I came from and where I am now. And then everyday activities. I get inspired by a lot of things from a lot of people. I watch motivational shows. I take part in business conferences a lot, and I also do speak.
I know you earlier on mentioned that one of your greatest challenges was the employees that you have with them, but you'd be amazed what they think about you. Do you want to hear this?
Yes.
Okay, so watch the screen.
I've been working with her roughly 1 year. I was selling in traffic when we were doing some of that promotional sales. When she saw it and she think that we can do the work, so I came here as a distributor. But now the company is growing, so she said I should come inside to help those working inside. So now I've been doing stamping. That's the expiring date, stamping of the expiring date, and also we have something we call shrink wrapping. I enjoy working with her because she's very good, as all my colleagues may say. She's very good because when sometimes she see that we work hard, she has been giving us motivation. I'm interested about the motivation. So I think it's good. I like working with her before even I marry. I want to tell her that we should continue with what she's doing to us. We really like it, and may the Almighty God also bless her and the company to grow, so that we will enjoy the company.
Madam who been no ye juma ana me hon nam se me ye bi no de me ba ha me se na oyebi a oye ni papa pa ana oyebi so o se yim kran na oyebi so we ya de a obeka tro no wa ye hweri ono se ne bibia na obe ye no pese enwote me pese me ka tro ne se me dana se ene bebi o de me abedu first na me ba ha no na me ye ni pebi na se se me hwe ma braba me temu se me komanim nti me dana se and boa or the aboa me.
I got this job through my uncle. My madam, I'll be working with her almost 5 months now. I enjoy working with madam because she has normally give us advice. I like her because she's good. A lot of people don't get a chance like I get it, so I want to thank madam to help she have bring to my life. I want to thank her. May God bless her.
That make you feel? You got teary. Oh, she's got tears in her eyes.
You know, one reason for starting this business wasn't just about making money, making the profits, but then identified high rates of unemployment in the country and wanted to assist by starting the business. So I get these young people who have finished secondary school, but then there is no help out there on board. So they get to work with us and then save some money for themselves to further their education and also to take care of themselves. So I'm happy to know that my dream of employing young people has come true. Yeah,
and your help, and you're making a difference in people's lives.
Yes.
I think that's a very noble thing. You know, you're blessed to bless others, and so you're doing the right thing. Now, how do you cope with competition?
I don't believe there is competition among us because each individual is very unique and has his or her own unique product on the market. And I've identified that the market is so big and large that we've all not covered any much portion of the market yet. We have a long way to go. The available space on the market for us to capture, it's bigger than what we've already captured. So we all need to work hard and produce more made in Ghana products, sell locally and export.
That's a fantastic thing, because at least you don't see competition. You're just doing the best that you can do.
Exactly.
And which is what will take you very far. We have to go for a commercial break, viewers. Stay with us. Welcome back to the Today's Women Show. For those of you who just tuned in, I've got Isrealla Kafui Mansu with me, and she's the CEO of MGL Naturals. Now, we've spoken about your work, but we want to dig into how you became you, in the sense that we want to go a bit into your childhood.
Okay.
And what was it like growing up?
All right. I spent my earlier days in Liberia. My parents were there, and that was during the war. Okay. So we spent about 4 to 5 years over there, and It was more of surviving, running for one's life, yes, until we came to Ghana, and then I started class 1 at age 6, and then finally came to the University of Ghana, where I studied psychology and consumer science.
Why did you go into study psychology and consumer science?
Well, before the university, I always thought I was going to join the army and then be into the investigation team, sort of. I've always had that mindset. So when I had admission, the form application form, yes, I actually chose that because I found it interesting. It would be a nice subject I would like to.
And was the course that interesting?
Yes, psychology was very, very interesting.
So then why didn't you go ahead and apply to the police service or something when you finished, instead of starting your own company?
Let me tell you this. Right after school, I was interested in filling the form and going in, but then I think there was a little problem that year. They weren't taking people, so one will have to wait for 2 years or so, I think. So that killed the dream. That killed the dream.
And hence the manufacturing took over.
And then the manufacturing took over. Yes, I have a catering background.
Okay.
Yes, I studied home science in secondary school, and then in the university, consumer science was my other major. Yes.
Now, what has family support been like?
You know, until 1 month ago, my father didn't know about MGL Naturals.
And you've been there for 5 years?
Yeah, for almost 5 years.
That means he didn't approve of you?
First of all, he doesn't stay here.
Okay.
And even though I do tell him about things I want to do, but it didn't go well.
It didn't.
But for my mom, she's been my number one support, including my grandfather, who is her father, and then my brothers, and then my husband as well. Yes.
But you come from a family of 3 children.
Yes.
And you're the only girl and the last.
Yes.
So have you been, were you pampered?
No. I've been a hustling girl.
I like that. You've been a hustling girl.
Yes.
You've hustled all your life, have you?
Yes.
But at least your brothers are supportive and they've helped you.
Yes, my 2 brothers are very, very supportive.
We spoke to one of them though. Let's see which one it was we spoke to.
Grew up together, during primary, GSS, senior high, so we all separated from our parents, where she happened to stay with our mom and I was staying with my dad. So for some time we went together till we grew up later, and then we came back again like we are today. 2 years ago she was like, Prince, we need to open an orphanage home in future. That's what she told me, and I was like, wow, what's the reason? And she quite referred me to some events in the past, what we went through as children then, and she felt okay, we should have an orphanage where we could help the less privileged in society. She's very straight, she's serious. Whatever she wants to do, let's say in a minute, she doesn't take 2 minutes, she's always on time. I felt so good. I remember when she completed Legon, she called me and she was like, Prince, I want to go to the cafe, print out my CV, can you drop me off? Let's say she has friends who work within the banking institution, so she was like, well, I need to send this CV to this person to give to the boss and all those things. So I realized somewhere she gave up on that, and she was like, Prince, I think I need to do my own thing. And then she started, and I was like, do you have in mind? She said, well, I want to go into cosmetics. I realized that she had no background because she did psychology in Legon, so I was wondering myself, but she took me by surprise, and then she started little in the kitchen, like she said, and then before I realized, she was everywhere. I'm very proud. You know, sometimes I'll be driving, then they'll be called, hey, Prince, like all students will call, like, Prince, your sister is on TV, she's on radio, she's this, and I feel proud, you know, for people to recognize her that she's my sister. I want to wish her the best. And I want to once again tell her that she can go higher than that. And she shouldn't be distracted by anything, because I know she has some challenges. People trying to copy, people trying to imitate, sabotage, and all those things. But she has been strong all this while. So I would rather encourage her that she should just concentrate on her business and remember to keep trusting in God and then believe in herself that she can make it.
Prince, wasn't it? Everybody wants a big brother like that, you know.
I come after him. Okay. He's my younger.
He's your immediate
older brother. He's my best friend.
Oh,
yes, he helps me a lot. I remember when I wasn't having my own car, he took me almost everywhere to get things done, and he helps me in reaching customers even till date.
What do you think what element of your childhood do you think has made you successful?
Almost everything about it, but then I think the hard times really pushed me to get this far.
That's actually what it has been. Anyway, we also have a surprise call for you, and I think it's your mum we have on the line. Hello, good morning, Gladys.
Good morning.
And
how are you?
I'm fine, thank you, Gladys. And yourself?
I'm also fine. Thank God.
We thank him always. I have your lovely daughter, Isrealla, with me here in the studio. And we just wanted you to say a few words and tell us a little bit about her.
Isrealla has been a very wonderful child. When we returned from War Zone, Liberia in 1990, because of her financial position, she could not go to a private school. So even she did not have the chance of entering into nursery. So I went to Sudankope with her, and I put her to class 1, primary class 1 at Sudankope. There we were for about 2 years. Then we moved to Zabala, where she continued the primary school. I knew that she was good, but she would not stay with the books to learn. And I kept worrying. She would love to be in the company of elderly women and elderly girls more than her age. And I told myself, once she's moving with those people and working with them in their various homes, then she's learning something from there. And then she went and started Amphrodia Secondary School. Lo and behold, she was given a scholarship over there. And then she completed her 3rd year. And all this time, whenever she brings her results back home after exam, I will shun her. I say the result is not good for me. She'll tell me, Mommy, I am the first in the class. I say, if you are the first in the class, it doesn't mean that you cannot get 90 or 95%. But if you have all these low marks and you are the first in the class, no, I don't like it. I continue doing this thing, shunning her off with her results anytime she writes her papers in the secondary school. Finally, the result came in the 3rd year again, and she was the first in her class. So the police came with her and they presented the result to me. I said, Kafui, you did not do well. So the others were surprised. And I said, Kafui. Kafui said, I disgraced her before the friends. When I told her after the friend had left that, Kafui, I don't have to praise you before them. I have to lower you because one day I want you to be up. So don't worry about that. And the grade that she had in the secondary school, she used it to go to University of Ghana. So because I shunned her off with that secondary school 3rd year results, she was in the university and still wrote for that exam. And wrote for and they repeated the Form 3 papers again. And she now had a better grade, which even she did not use that one to go to university.
Wow.
Now, but she wanted to do nursing. And they told her that in 2 years they will allow her to do it in the university. So she kept on doing the first and second year After that, she was disappointed. She was not taken for the nursing. So they gave her sociology, social and zoology, stellology, you know, of that is where they put her. And then she did that. Finally, she completed a national service. She will call me, Mommy, I want to join the police service. After the service, she will not get a job. Then I say, okay, another time she will tell me, Mommy, I want to do this course program. I want to get admission into social and so place. I was not able because I don't want her to blame the nearby future. Finally, she said I should come to Accra after 3 months to come and visit her. Then when I went, Kafui, I was surprised that Kafui was producing cocoa butter in thousands.
Auntie Gladys, are you proud of her and for how well she's done for herself?
I am proud of her. I have retired. They have not paid me my salary and my benefit. They haven't paid it for 3 years. Had it not been Kafui, I don't know where I would have been.
You know,
I am very proud of her.
You know, they normally say that the child that will bring you the most blessings is the one that gives you the most trouble. So I think the trouble was worth it, wasn't it?
Yes.
It was worth it. And today you are very blessed to have her, aren't you?
Yes, I'm very glad because when she is going to Sweden to take an award there, then I go to start up to take another award on her behalf. When you come back to do this one, then I'm also doing this on her behalf for her same business. So I'm very proud. And I thank God.
And your sacrifice, God saw your sacrifices, and He made sure that you were blessed with her. So we're very grateful for your story. You really have been an inspiration because there's so many mothers who are out there who are doing the same for their children and hoping their children will go one direction. But I think that as a mother myself, children have their own destiny to fulfill, and I'd like to believe that Kafui has fulfilled her destiny and is enjoying every moment of it. So we want to thank you so much, Auntie Gladys, for your time here on the show.
Thank you. Thank you. You are welcome.
All right, then.
You're welcome. Thank you very much. God bless you.
And you too, and you more, okay?
Okay.
So you heard that from your mom?
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
well. So that means that you really, it wasn't a smooth sailing as you made it believe in the beginning.
No, it's been very challenging, but
it has been. But you've done well.
Yeah.
Are you content?
Yes, I am content with where I am now,
yes.
But then I have bigger dreams.
Oh, by all means.
Yes.
I can imagine. Where do you see yourself in another 5 years?
In the next 5 years, I see myself owning at least two manufacturing companies, and then we working from our own space, our own premises. Yes,
you have big dreams,
and employing more people. It's my passion.
Your brother said that you also want to open an orphanage.
Yes, I've already started doing a lot of social activities, donations, sponsorships, and so on.
You must be really proud of yourself.
Yes.
At least we are here very proud of you for your time spent here. And we have a little plaque to offer you. It's another of your awards. You can add it to your collection of awards that you have at home. At least this one, your mother is not coming to receive it on your behalf. You're here. We're honored to have you here in the studio receiving this for your own self. So you are today's woman, Isrealla Kafui Mansu.
Thank you so much.
And this is a little key holder. You can put a key on it just for you to remember your time here on the show.
Thank you.
You're most welcome, my dear. You're very welcome, my dear.
Thank you very much.
I can see you've been on TV many times because you know exactly where to put your award. So wish you all the best.
Thank you
for the future, and may your dreams be surpassed. Whatever
Amen.
you hope for yourself, may it be even bigger.
Amen.
And then we hope that you will then come back and tell us how far God has brought you.
Amen.
Well, viewers, that was Isrealla Kafui Mansu's story. I hope it has been as inspiring as I hoped it would be.